Mhm. We said, "Are you ready?" Mhm.
Yep, I am.
Ready?
How about you?
Ready or not, here we go.
Let's go.
All right, so it just only seems appropriate that we're gonna talk about sort of the end of the year, and many businesses are probably asking themselves, "Hey, how did we do this year?" And of course, one area that shouldn't be ignored is your marketing plan. So marketing really is the blueprint of your sales strategy and kind of understanding how to judge whether your plan is giving you the results that you want. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We want to give you sort of a business digital marketing audit so that you can determine what's working and what may need to be kicked to the curb. So without further ado, let's go.
All right. It's like,
I have 3 videos there today, not 2, so I wasn't my trigger wasn't used to it.
I'm just glad you're the one in charge of the controls because we'd be in a big mess. So. All right. If you didn't know where you're at Marketing and a Mic, and we're just here to give you a variety of different topics, trends, tips. The bottom line, Sarah, is we just really want to help businesses get results. And I mean, there's so much valuable insight that, can give your business, or you can put your business under a magnifying glass and wonder, how did we do? Like you said, every part of it should be elevated, and really you should elevated. I think we should start over, and I'm evaluate.
Hey, this is why I love my edit button.
I'm gonna start over. Yeah, I was not start over, but anyway, we're putting our businesses under a magnifying glass.
And you should trust us because we know.
It's like, I'm not very good at reading, but man, we are good at marketing. So you should really be looking at your marketing, not just once a year, but several times a year. But at this, in December, it's a really good time to really purposely look at it and see what's going on and what might need to be tweaked.
That's exactly right. So let's just get off to the races here and talk about the first thing that you really want to talk about and evaluate, which is evaluating or examining your goals. So what does that mean when you want to examine your goals? Like really any first strategy or plan, you have to start off with like, hey, what were the goals we set for our business and are we achieving them? And we set these off at the beginning of the year. So how close are we to meeting or exceeding those goals? So now is the time to look at them again and think, hey, did I hit our targets? Did I not hit our targets? So here's a little bit of a kind of visual to help you go through that process. And I'll pull this up while you go to your next cue.
Yeah, and we could really think about different questions to ask ourselves. There's really 6 great questions to ask yourself during this process of evaluating your marketing. First, number 1, was my goal specific enough? I mean, this could mean anything from talking about your online ads or just your marketing overall or getting online reviews. How specific was the goal? And number 2, was the goal realistic? Was the marketing goal practical? And more importantly, was it attainable based on our current infrastructure and how we're set up?
Yes. And the third thing is when you expand on that goal is, did I devote the proper resources? This can mean if it's some sort of digital resources that you need, or if it was people in place, like, did I bring in the right resources to make it happen? And the fourth thing you want to talk about is, did I have accountability? Meaning, did you have a hand in things either happening or not happening? Or was there something that you did or really didn't do that hindered the goal in any way?
Yeah, I mean, those are huge things. You can have all the best intentions, but did you get it done, right?
Right. Exactly.
And number 5, what worked effectively? Okay. Take a look at some of the things that you were doing and see what you executed well, and should you keep doing them? And then again, how will I adjust next time if it didn't work? So the previous 5 questions will give you insight to help answer this question. Your answer to this should be actionable plans and processes. So if it didn't work, what are we going to do exactly to make it better next time?
Yes, that's exactly right. And this is kind of a little bit of a takeoff of the cigar method that we talked about a few shows ago. Okay, so the next step, so you're re-examining your goal. So let's move on to the second point of your digital marketing plan, which is to reevaluate your target customers.
Yeah.
So your current customers, they really are a good resource of data collection to give you a whole bunch of information and to really, hey, did we target the right people? Did we do what we needed to do? And the best way to do this, we've talked about this several times, is by creating a buyer persona. These are essentially sort of imaginary representations of what your prime customers and what that customer base looks like. And it can be anywhere from demographics, interests, web activities, pain points, purchase habits, all that.
Yeah, exactly. Who's buying from you? That's the bottom line. Who's buying from you? And you want to keep that going. So here we have what we call cautious carry. This could be small business owner. This is what we mean by a business persona. What kind of attributes does this person have? What kind of background? What kind of pain points do they have? What motivates them to make a purchase? And then ways that you can help solve their problems. So if this is what your target demographic looks like, you need to be paying attention to what's important to them.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you think about it, if you don't have that information on hand, look at your current customer base. You can do surveys, you can do even through reviews, you can do all kinds of things to help give you some insight and feedback of what's working for them and what's not working for them. So, because if you don't have that real clear cut understanding of what your customer is looking for, then definitely consider doing a buyer persona because it can give you a great insight.
Uh, I mean, we sat down and did this a few years ago, and it kind of surprised me in a way. We were kind of trying to target everybody in the world because we thought everybody needs marketing, which they do, but really the people that we were lined up the best was somebody completely different than what I thought we were going after. So if you haven't put a buyer persona together in the past, we definitely need to tell you to put this on your radar because it means everything. It should be reevaluated too. I mean, throughout the year or even once a year, and see
Hmm.
what behaviors and technologies are changing as well to help you accommodate those personas. So when you know what makes your customers tick, that will help you keep attracting high quality leads to your business, not just a bunch of junk that we always call it getting off in the weeds. Maybe
Yes.
doing something that, is taking you more time and not as profitable for your business.
Yes, that's so true. And then when you think about it, once you know their pain points, once you know what drives them to make a purchase, it can help you really craft your messaging,
Yeah.
how you brand your company, how you say sell to them, your call to actions. Like there's all kinds of stuff that can help you because it's like reading the room, you know.
Hmm.
So okay, so let's move on to number 3, which is evaluate your digital marketing presence. So hello, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. So businesses across the board, they really are investing more and more in digital marketing. It is on the rise, and it's just helping to gain a competitive edge over the competition. So, do you know where your company stands? If you want to generate more sales, your prospects have to be able to find you online. Like, there's just no way around it at this point.
Yeah, it was like we were at a show a few weeks ago, and I think we were laughing about this morning. Somebody said, it just looks like the internet's taking over the world. It really is. And digital marketing is all about that. So if
Yes.
you aren't embracing it and your business is not on the internet, that's really where digital marketing starts. So the first step in evaluating your digital marketing presence is knowing really how well are you ranking in the search engines. Can people find you? I mean, all
Hmm.
day long people have their phone out searching for services and businesses to spend their money with. So are you being found? Your search rankings will provide a good indication of how important Google and all the other search engines think your website is in your business. So you want to
Absolutely.
pay attention to that for sure.
Yes, you do. So, like you had said, it's how you rank is a reflection of the volume of hits your page is getting from search engines, which basically is kind of like how popular your website is. So, if you're not sure, I mean, there's so much that goes into it, but if you're not sure kind of how well your website performs, a quick way you can do is just go do our free SEO audit tool, which is go to fusionemarketing.com/DBA, and that is a great way to start to just kind of see, hey, how do I look? Like what's helping me, what's hurting me? And it's a free tool. We encourage you to go online and check that out.
Yeah, that tool is very, very powerful. And another thing that you need to think about is not just the SEO, but something that really drives SEO is your social media. People think, gosh, there are so many different channels out there, so many different types of social media. Should I be doing all of them?
Mhm.
Well, not really. Evaluate it. Evaluate what's working and stick with that. So you need to assess your social media and ask yourself these three questions is where I would start. What channels am I using? How frequently am I posting on these channels? And the number one thing is look at the analytics. What's the interaction level? Are we getting comments, shares, followers? Is anybody out there?
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, is anybody paying any attention to me?
Is anybody out there? Um, so social media, it's by no means the end all be all to your digital marketing plan, but it certainly is a highly consumed platform. So you need to make sure you have a presence there. In addition, the functionality of these platforms is just growing. I mean, people
Mm,
can, it's so easy for customers now to make appointments, to shop, to book appointments, to make general inquiries, to, just anything straight from a business page. So it's just really important that you have a presence. And quite frankly, even if you don't see like a high level of activity, people are going to go to your page and they're going to check it out. If it looks like there's nothing going on, it's not good.
yeah, we always talk about you only get, I mean, this is old, 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 old. You only get one chance to make a first impression. And social media is a huge way that people verify your business. They're like, is this a
Yeah.
credible business? Are they doing anything? So they're going to check out what you are posting on social media. And let me tell you, if your last post was like from 2 years ago, then that gives them a really bad feeling and a bad signal that if they don't take the time to really pay attention to their own business, what makes me think they're going to help my business? So
That's so
make sure
true.
your social media is in check. All right. So another vital area to success is how your SEO compares to competitors. Are
Mhm.
they getting your piece of the pie? You need to be checking the search engines and seeing, are you showing up or beating your competition? Because the search engines are changing all the time. The algorithms, I mean, my gosh, it's so hard to keep up with. And that all determines what sites you're going to end up on and the results. So the more these I knew I was going to find some word. That's my word. The more these algorithms, um, all right. The more they change, the more that your rankings can go up or down. So we want to keep improving them.
That is true, and it can also be an indicator of the kind of, SEO experts you're dealing with too, because they
Yeah,
should be keeping up with ever-changing algorithms. So, it's
absolutely.
just important to know that you're working with somebody that knows what they're doing and they're keeping up with it. So, when you're, prospective clients, when they're trying to find you, if they can find you easily online and they could find you on the first page of, say, a local search, this is gonna give you a better chance of increasing calls and website visits. So, to understand all this, and how your kind of website SEO is doing compared to competitors, you could just do this quick, try these 3 quick steps, is what I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. And you probably do it every day, but maybe not for your own business. So, number one, just simply go out and search your business name on Google and see if it shows up. If it
Mhm.
doesn't show up at all, we're in big trouble.
Yeah.
um, but also see where it shows up. The second thing is search for the product or service that your business provides. In other
Mhm.
words, like us would be marketing or website design, and and see where that shows up. I mean, is it showing up under your company name and on which page? And then the last thing is I guess I kind of jumped ahead, is keyword terms as well. Anything that includes what your industry does is your company name showing up. So all of the things that have to do with your company, start searching, just throw them in. I mean, there's hundreds of different ways to search. And if you're unhappy with any of those results, then you probably need to change your strategy as far as SEO is concerned, and probably change companies. If you're working with a company and none of that's showing up,
and this is the time of year, like we said, you're making some audits, make some changes. So another area when we talk about the digital marketing things to evaluate would be your website metrics. So what is this? This is going to provide you with information on the activity that your website's getting and all the stuff that's happening on your website when visitors get there. This could be page views, average time spent on the page, average session duration, bounce rate. That's how quickly they are leaving your website. So if they're leaving quickly, that's not a good sign. That means that there's something on there that's just they're frustrated. Traffic sources, new visitors, conversion rates, and so on. It can give you a lot of information.
Yeah, and as a business owner, you really want to know not only who's coming to your website, but where are they coming from?
Yes.
Again, who's that target demographic? Ultimately, the whole goal of your website is to turn these visitors into leads and leads into customers. So that journey, it's difficult enough. And without all the data to really look at and analyze it, it's going to be difficult to understand how to improve it.
That's absolutely right. So this is all going to help you understand, if your page is formatted properly, or if your content really doesn't match what your customers are looking for, or it all comes down to that user intent, or maybe your call to action buttons are underperforming or hard to find. So analytic tools like Google Analytics can provide you with many of these key metrics to see, is your website accomplishing what it needs to, and what areas need some tweaking.
Yes, and we talk with businesses all the time on the next one. Evaluate your brand message. What is it you're wanting to convey? I mean, who do you want to attract, and what do you want to convey to them? So with any digital marketing campaign, there always has to be brand messaging, and it needs to be consistent. So you really need to create a specific message related to your brand and make sure that it's resonating with your audience, because if it's not, that's not going to help you very much. So it's especially important, like online ads. There's so many people doing online ads. So whether it's the graphic you're using, the text, the video, if you aren't receiving high engagement, then that should tell you something. That's going to be a good indication that that brand messaging is off, and that you need to tweak it somehow.
Yes, that's absolutely right. So okay, so now the time that we want to circle sort of back to the buyer personas, because when you talk about brand messaging, you want to ask yourself, okay, are we in line with what our customers are and what we want to attract? So you want to make sure that if your message is failing and it's really not, it's struggling to sort of bring those call to actions and conversions that you want, then you want to reevaluate, make sure that your call to action buttons are matching to solve those pain points. And last but not least, you really want to evaluate your marketing ROI.
You knew you were setting me up for that one, because that's my biggest pet peeve in the world.
Oh, I know. I saw you. You're like waiting, like my turn.
It's like that. I mean, I have a lot of pet peeves, but this is a biggie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I talked to so many people, and I'm like you're spending $2,000 a month on your marketing. So how many phone calls are you getting for that? What are you getting for that? And the blank stares. It's like, you need to know, what are you paying for? So you need to make sure that the amount that you're investing in your digital marketing is giving you a return on investment. What does that mean? It needs to be making you money.
Yes.
Really. Your digital marketing really could be your biggest revenue producing thing in your business. And if you're not tracking any of it and you have no idea what it's giving you, then how do you know it's working? I mean, if the phone's ringing or not, but you'd be shocked, the people that don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff. So anyway, all right, off the soapbox. Utilize some kind of dashboard, some kind of analytics to make sure that you are measuring the performance. We have what we call Dash, which we created for our clients. It's a custom dashboard that gives them a complete overview on the performance of what they're paying us for. So if your company doesn't have that, then you just need to come to us.
Yeah. I mean, and don't be embarrassed, but really, truly, it's
Don't
like,
be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed because you're not making any money.
yeah, you're in a safe space, but we're just all, we're here to help. But really and truly, that's the thing. You may not know that there's so much out there that can help you to track it.
True.
I don't know what it is, but it's there. It's available. We have a custom dashboard. It's fantastic to make it so easy for all of our clients to know exactly how their marketing is performing. So that's it. That's a wrap for us today. And we hope that we gave you some real valuable tools so that you can hit the ground running in 2023, because that's what this is all about. And as always, you know where to find us. We are covered and saturated all over social media marketing. Marketing and a mic, you could catch our Fusion One marketing handles here. And don't forget to go to our website, as well as going to our Fusion One. I haven't used this in a while. The Fusion One YouTube. To subscribe to that, because we're also putting out stuff. And of course, our podcast, which if you're listening to, thanks for listening. So we're going to be back with another good show in 2 weeks. And this one's going to be a good one, talking more about getting ready for 2023. So
thanks.
That's it for us. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.